Okay, hello, my friends. So, today we're going to be talking about the organic role of the father when it comes to birth. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because I really didn't realize prior to knowing all of this and doing birth work and studying midwifery the importance of the role of the father. And so, I want to share this with you guys. The father is the person to receive the light. Your baby is the light. We are light and sound, and when we create life, that life is light. So the father is the person to receive the light if this is what he would like. Um, he's not really a support person. In movies and in stories that we're told, the father usually falls into this support person at the birth, and it's like, oh, massage her back and make sure she's doing this. Yes, they do all of those things and it's welcomed. But the father is more than a support person. The father is actually also birthing a new version of himself while he is witnessing his wife birth their child together. So not only is the father birthing a new version of himself, but so is the mother. And then they're welcoming a new person, a new being into their world. So it is so much more than support. The father is the protector of the birth. And I'm going to pause here and speak on that. Um, he is the protector of the birth because while mom is in labor, it is scientifically proven, and we have seen it over and over again, that while a woman is in labor, she is mentally in another plane of consciousness. She is in an altered state of consciousness, which is why when a mom is in labor, and doctors are asking her questions and things need to be answered and procedures need to be done and answers need to be given, we should never ever ask the mom, unless we have to, if she's the only one. But if she is there with her partner, the father of the child, the mom will not be able to coherently make a decision or answer any questions while she's in altered state of consciousness while she's in labor. So this is where the father comes in. The father is the protector of the birth. He is the guardian and he is the protector of the light. He is the protector of the birth. Because the father is not in an altered state of consciousness and is still here, present with us, watching everything unfold and witnessing his wife or his woman give birth to their child, he becomes the guardian of this soul and the guardian of the birth. And I drew this. It looks kind of funny, but it's actually wings, two wings, and this is the back of the head, as the father is protecting the mother birthing and the child. It's almost like their energetic field comes and it wraps around and it protects. It's a shield. It's an energetic protection of the birth and of the mom during this sacred time of labor and birth, during the birth of the baby. So the father is a key person to be present. There's in some situations and in a lot of situations we don't have that key person present there. This is where a doula, a good friend, comes in, a birth keeper, a midwife, to come in to hold that protective space. Because as women, while we're laboring and in birth, we are mentally and consciously not present here. Okay, so it is important that we have someone to protect that for us. Um, so, birth is a huge initiation, a huge rite of passage for both men and women and baby, for all three of them, for the trinity of the mother, father, child. It is huge and very transformative, and so it is for men as well. This is a rite of passage for men. This is when they see our humanness in action. This is when they witness what us women have come here to do on this planet, those of us that choose to give life. Um, and he is actually on the verge of change here. It is very transformative. He decides whether or not he wants to step to the plate with this responsibility of being the guardian and the protector of his family, of his wife, of his child. And it is very, very important that our men realize where they fall in this, in birth, because for generations, I think men have been just told, oh, the woman is the one birthing. You don't have any real responsibility. You can be there if you want to, but if you're not, it is what it is. But it is very impactful, and it is very, very telling of how your birth will go with the father's presence and the father stepping into his role of being the protector. Because it helps your woman as the man. You are there as the protector. It helps your woman to succumb to the birth, to surrender to the process, and to go deep within, connect with her body, connect with her baby, and do what she needs to do, because you got her back. You are watching her back. And I, as your midwife, as your birth keeper, as your doula, will guard you guys. So it's another shield of protection. So it's your bubble with the father and his wings around his woman and his child. And then it's my bubble with my energy around you guys to protect and to honor the birth that is happening for this baby. Birth for both men and women, it makes us on even ground. So I always try I love to tell my couples always, whatever you guys haven't either confronted or spoken about within your relationship, whether it be good or bad or whatever it is, you best believe that it's gonna come out. It will come out in different ways during your labor, during your birth. And if there are any kind of fears, anxiety, questions, I always tell my couples to please sit down, talk about fears. If you need me as your birth keeper, doula, midwife to come and speak to you guys and facilitate the conversation, it is beautiful to have that, because it will clean out your temple, your body of energies that you do not need to hold in preparation for this birth. And so we don't want to have all these things in our bodies. And that goes for both mom and dad. And since we are talking about the role of the father, dads, whatever questions, whatever anxiety, whatever fear you have, even if it sounds insane, talk about it. Because when we talk about our fears, we put it into vibration into our throat. Those words that come out in vibration have that fear in it, because we're expressing it and we are getting it out of our body and into the ether, and it makes you feel so much better. And it'll help you to clean up space in your body, in your temple, in your nervous system, to prepare for the birth. Okay? So like I said, birth is very transformative for both men and women. This is where men, I like to say, this is where men really become men. To be a real man is to witness your woman birthing and to be there for her in the way that she needs you to be. And that could look how it looks for you guys. Very different for everyone. As a support, as the protector, as the guardian, all of it. Be all of it, because she's gonna need you to be all of it. And just knowing that she has that support and that protection will allow her to melt into the process, melt and give away to her body, surrender to the body, surrender to the baby, and surrender to something bigger than us, something more divine than us, because birth is that. It is divinity. It is the way that we show each other what we're made of and what we're capable of. So in the legal system in hospitals, this is not is I've never heard it being said until I learned it from my elder. Uh, she taught us that in hospitals, in birthing centers, and in a lot of birth education, fathers are not told that they, in the legal system, hold the charge for the birth, legally speaking. The father is the one in charge of the birth. Not because he's the man, but because he is the only other person that created that child. Now, like I said before, when mom is in an altered state of consciousness, mom is not here with us while she is birthing her baby. So the father holds the legal charge. I say that to say that if you are in a hospital and you are giving birth, there is nothing wrong with the dad saying no, answering the question for the mom. There is nothing wrong with the father saying, give us the room for 2 minutes. There is nothing wrong with the father saying, no, we're not doing that. We've talked about that and we don't agree that that's what we want to do. Now, this requires clear, honest, and open communication during your birth, during your pregnancy. Use this time to help transform your relationship. Clear, honest, and open communication about everything. Moms, tell the dads what it is that you want and help him to hold you accountable for to what you want, because there are going to be points in time in time during the birth where you're going to question yourself, and that's okay because it gets difficult, but deep down inside you know what you want. Okay, so the father holds that information for you. You guys talk about it. You are aware of it. Nothing is a surprise. And so when the time comes, because the dad is the one that has the legal charge of the birth, he is the one making these decisions. But these decisions have already been spoken about and have already been decided between both of you. Okay, because you guys are the guardians of this baby, and so everything that you decide is what needs to happen. So dads, you guys have such an important role that this world has not talked about in forever. You guys are the guardians of the birth, and without guardians of the birth, of us women who want to birth the way we want to, um, I mean, we fall through the cracks. A lot of things happen. Sometimes we succumb to things that we don't want to happen during our birth. Sometimes we allow outside pressure and authorities to change our minds, knowing very well that our intuition is telling us different. So, the dads, fathers, men, you guys have that charge. It's a big responsibility, but you want to hold us women accountable to what we said we wanted and what we know we want, and we want to be on the same page for that. Okay, so dads, your organic role is that of protector, that of guardian, and this is your initiation into manhood.